This team doesn't like to dribble, and it's the reason why the Sacramento Kings are not only one of the most efficient teams, but play the most beautiful brand of basketball. The Kings have weaponized the pass and cut. They average a league-leading 312 passes per game. First piece of scoring without dribbling is you need a big who can be the hub for the offense. Meet Domantas Sabonis. They can't stop you, horsey. You that fast. This scheme has made the 5 spot one of the most important positions in today's game. It begins with getting the center the ball, but in a spot along the perimeter. Now this does 2 very important things. First is it pulls the opposing team's shot blocker out of the paint. Here with the ball on the perimeter, Chet Holmgren is out of the paint, making it easier to get buckets inside. This also creates a space inside for his teammates. Once again, the big pulled out and...
He's got 12. And Malik, oh my gosh!
Hi, Malik. Hi. The second thing it does is it gets the ball in the hands of someone who would normally be the least skilled dribbler, but he doesn't have to focus on dribbling. All Sabonis has to focus on is passing the rock without the added pressure of having it being stolen while dribbling. But how do the Sacramento Kings have one of the best offenses without hardly dribbling the ball? Hold your phones to the sky if you want to know that answer. The first concept is to understand this play that your mom probably used to call the give and go. Now we like to call it a get, and it's simple but so important to understand before you do the complex actions, which we're going to get to later. Essentially, give the ball up, then get it back in any way possible, like this guy. Giving the ball up. You were you. Sorry. Love you. Now this is becoming one of the most overpowered concepts in the game of basketball because if the D takes something away, it has the most insane counters. Like here, if the defense goes underneath that dribble handoff, you have a wide open 3. Watch here how Caleb Martin plays Fox over the top this time. All De'Aaron has to do is lean his body a little bit to get this insane amount of open space. And the big boy hits him with the pass. I'm a big boy. Chick, chick, boom. Get it? That guy's really cool. And what's not cool is teams that love to force turnovers with pressure. This play shows why Domantas is the perfect brain to run this offense. The second he sees Durant pressure that gap, he signals to his team what needs to happen. As he comes up, he brings the shot blocker high and he runs something called the blind pig, which is the same thing as a get. This time, the ball handler passes and the more pressured player cuts hard to the rim.
Speaking of looks, oh, look at that.
The Sacramento Kings are 0-23 when they average 26 assists, and they're also winless when they pass the ball less than 307 times to each other. The mark to hit is actually 30 assists, which is when they win every single time. David and Ryan, thumbs up if you appreciate diligent stat taking. Excellent. A big part of getting these assists is making consistent reads and using what the defense does best against themselves. You're against the Warriors. Come on, get a stop. Yeah, come on, big stop.
Quarter as well. Harrison Barnes left open. 3-pointer is good.
Hey man, no. Mike Brown builds confidence in his guys to fire it. He did this to Keegan Murray when he didn't shoot it one time.
And he didn't shoot it. And I told him the only reason he'll probably come out of games this year when he's not supposed to and to get some rest if he doesn't shoot the frickin' ball. It was great because the next opportunity he got, he shot it. I think he turned to me and looked at me and said, F you.
Even if that first read is not available, a screen can be set to trigger another handoff action. This time the D goes over the top, but Kevin Huerter is leading the NBA in handoffs per game at 3.4. Also the most efficient pull-up 3-pointer among ginger shooters.
He's black?
He's actually red velvet. So when teams go over the top on the DHOs, it usually takes away that 3, but then it gives an advantage on the drive. Keegan Murray shoots the 3 29.8% on the road, but 43.6% at home. Teams gotta go over the top. Even one of the top defenders in the world can't stop this.
Murray penetrating and throwing it down.
Ooh, yes. Yes, yes, yes. Yes.
Oh, yeah.
My favorite action from the Kings that once again only uses a few dribbles to score applies that same read and react rules that we just learned before, but running it using a split. A split starts the same way as a get does, with the big getting the ball up high, but this time the player who makes the entry pass will immediately screen away for the next closest player. These two players then split apart from each other, hence the name of the action, and you can just read and react actually however you want. The player receiving that screen can use the screen, such as here, and then receive a handoff, which is also known as a zoom. This one flows a little different. On a post-up, Fox cuts towards that ball screen. Harrison Barnes exits so a split can be ran. We get another screen leading into that DHO. Bang, bang. Last time Barnes cut all the way through. This time he stops and seals his man.
We won't get into that, but yes, they still exist.
All right, they still exist now. Oh, man, I tell you what.
No, I'll tell you what happens with screening and cutting, as it also allows for mismatches off of these splits. This time Barnes doesn't get a seal, but he stops to receive a deep post up from Sabonis. And can someone please get this kid a prize? You want this? Scooch and scooch. Then I'll hop, hop, and a hippity hop. I'm number one, don't worry. Here we go. Now, when teams take certain actions away, you weaponize their own adjustment against them. Look how Dennis Schroeder anticipates that zoom, so he fronts Malik Monk. With Pirtle out of the paint, that's an easy bucket. Having Sabonis be the hub also gives a great angle to pass the ball. Combined with not dribbling, he can just see over the top to carve that defense up. You're going to start to notice that the Kings run these zoom actions almost every single time when it's a sidelines out of bounds play. So teams think that they know the play, they're not ever inside to help. Sabonis can choose when to go right to the rim whenever he wants, one-on-one. You can also set that screen the opposite way, directing the wing player towards the rim. Murray gets a step on his defender, forcing a double team to prevent the layup.
Ability to unite, connect people. We've seen it here in Sac. As Kevin Herter knocks down his
Coach, that's a tough action to stop. I know, sometimes you don't even need to set that screen altogether. Because the defense is so used to seeing that same action, you can use that against them. But nothing beats the worst timing ever on commentating an NBA game.
the rotation.
Good help. Very good help. TJ McConnell just saved it.
And you're probably wondering, why don't teams just leave Sabonis wide open up top and camp inside with the big?
And he's got that quick trigger.
What that does is it takes away the ability for the defense to switch the screening action altogether. Look how the Suns disrespect the big boy here as Herter gets that DHO. Look how far back Azubuike is against one of the top shooters in the league. Gingers are loving it, and according to this guy, Get Gooder's #1. And here we get the drop defender stepping way away from that screen. With the other defender going over the top, you can now attack that drop defender, giving you a 2-on-1 scenario every single time.
Malik gets it right back to him. This Kings offense is humming right now.
And then we get some in, out, in, up. Wheels on the bus go round and peace. Dab on it. Even if you leave Sabonis wide open, his improvement since joining the Kings from the three-point line is insane. Starting at 23%, then 37%, and this season is shooting at a career-high 41.8%. I want to see another three. You ask and I deliver to the people. Eye on Kevin here. Actually, I'm not that nice of a human being, and according to this stat, maybe De'Aaron Fox isn't either. He is actually the one guy who will dribble the ball a lot, but only at a specific moment.
Tied at 123. No timeouts here for the Kings. Fox, 2, Fox from midcourt. Got it! De'Aaron Fox!
De'Aaron is actually in the top 10 in the NBA on field goal percentage when he dribbles it 7 or more times. The crazy part is he actually hardly ever dribbles it in the first quarter, but by the end of the game in the fourth, he is dribbling it almost 3 times as much as the rest of the game.
Quality looks.
Fox.
There's a reason why he is Mr. Clutch in the fourth quarter, as he has the capability to completely take a game over when it matters the most. But the one man who puts up even crazier clutch plays can be found in this video over here.